my name is Nicole Moore, and I will be doing my speech on the fact that the United States needs to mandate a parental leave law. In today's modern society, there are so many stresses to our daily lives. There's family, there's work, school, and one of the main problems that we deal with is the fact that there is no mandated law in the United States that requires a company to give us any kind of parental leave. Maternal leave is the most important. However, paternal leave has been proven that it is also as important. So the United States needs to mandate a law that requires companies here in the U.S. to approve parental leave. When you compare us to Europe, there is a huge difference. Europe sees it as your career and your family. Your family comes first. Here in the United States, it's either your career or your family. Most places don't see the family, it comes first. Family is most important. So that's where we struggle first. In the United States, most employers will give you 12 to 14 days of leave if you have a child. 12 to 14 days, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks of trying to get used to motherhood and getting used to your child and what they need, what you need, developing a system, a routine, bonding with your child. And it's not paid. They do not pay you. So most people have to return to work at the end of that 12 to 14 days because they can't afford to take the time off. And as far as fathers go, most companies don't give them any leave at all, except for examples like the military. They do approve the 10-day leave. That's 10 days. 10 days from the time you go into the hospital with your wife. It's 10 days. You have to go back to work. That's even less time than it is for the mom to bond. And I feel it's just as important for the father to bond. And the child needs both parents if that's an opportunity. In Europe, there's different countries that give different approvals. So Finland gives fathers 45 days off. 45 days of paid leave to help the mom care for their newborn child. I think that's excellent. Bonding time. They don't lose out on the finances, which is a big reason why most people don't stay or can't stay home with their children. And their job is guaranteed when they come back. That's incredible. When I had my child 4 years ago, my job said, well, you've accrued this much leave, which was a week's worth at the time, and then we will approve 14 days off after the birth of your child, unpaid. Any longer than that, and we can't guarantee that your job will be here when you come back. Well, I had to take a week off before she came, so there was my paid leave, and then I only took 2 weeks off. 2. That's it. And I just feel like that's unheard of. Most daycares don't take a kid until they're 6 weeks old. So I ended up having to take 6 weeks off to recover, for her to get used to our schedule. And I didn't have a job when I went back. And that was really unfortunate, with a new child, how expensive are. We struggled. Thankfully, my parents were here for a while. My husband's parents were here for a while, and they helped a lot. But a lot of families don't have that opportunity. And we live in the middle of the United States. My family's on one side, his family's on the other. So we got lucky that our families could travel to help us. A recent study showed that 178 out of 190 United Nations countries guaranteed paid maternity leave to all women. And I think that's huge, because roughly 72% of all American mothers return to work within the first 12 weeks of leave because they either ran out of their own accrued leave or their job security was threatened, which is what I was just talking about. A lot of countries in Europe also approve the paternity leave, and some have more than others. Finland has 45 days. There's other countries that as soon as the mom's maternity leave is up, the parental leave can start effect. So it's possible that the child could have a parent home for the first 3 years of their life paid. Now I understand, my question was, well, where does the money come from? It comes from tax dollars, but they have such a different philosophy over there that the other people do not pay more taxes. They just better organize to where that money goes to. And that's one of them. And a big reason why Poland is so big into it is because they were in a population crisis. So they decided, well, let's make it easier for families to reproduce, to keep our population up. And it just stuck. And they've had amazing luck with it lately. And I think they've not quite doubled. I want to say maybe a quarter of what they were. So I mean, it's a big deal and it's a problem, and a lot of our kids suffer if they don't have the right caretaker there. Now, yes, there's great babysitters out there, great daycares. I don't argue that, but I think the child needs parents first and foremost for both of them. And I think that the United States really needs to consider mandating a better law rather than you get 2 weeks off or 12 weeks off or whatever. My current job, we get 12 weeks off, but it is also unpaid. So it's quite a struggle when you think about having another child growing your family. So I think the United States really needs to consider taking care of their families and reevaluating what our priorities are.